with questions 8 and 9. This is the 3.1, 2.1, 2.2 knowledge check. So I'm going to go through questions 8 and 9 and try to give you an explanation. This is what it looks like. And then I'm also going to use my iPad to maybe draw some things and make so we can understand this. But this says enlarge the figure with respect to point P by a factor of 2. So you'll notice right here, P is at 2, 2. The key to remembering here is it's not at 0, 0. Okay, so that's one thing you've got to pay attention to. So I'm just going to draw this over here, my point P. And then I notice that I'm going to look at my thing. I've got points at 5, 2, 6, 5, and 4, 5. So here's my figure, right like that. Whoops, right there. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to dilate this by a factor of 2. So a factor of 2 means we're multiplying the distance between P and this point by 2. So if we notice, P is at 2, 2, and I'm going to write all these labels down. I think it helps. So this is 2, 2. This is 5, 2, 6, 5, and 4, 5. So first I have to look at the difference between P, which is 2, 2, and the point, and we'll start with this one right here, 5, 2. So the y value is the same. So we don't have to worry about the y value. It's still going to be on this. It'll be 2 will be the y value, but we need to make it twice as far away as it is right now. So to go from 2 to 5, 5 minus 2 equals 3. So we want twice as far away. That means we double it. So 3 times 2 equals 6. So from P, our new point is going to be 6 away. So I would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it would be over here. Another way to think of it is if this is 3, then we've got to go another 3. So let me mark another, let's see, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if it's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 over is now going to be at 8, 2. That's going to be our new point for this bottom vertex. Now the same thing we're going to do is up here, 4, 5. So if we take a look at this one we have to consider we're 2 away, 2 to 4. So we're going from 2 to 4. That's 2 away. So we're going to go 2 more on the x-axis. And then 5 to 2 is 3 away. So we're going to go 2 more to the right and 3 more up. Well, and this is where it gets kind of ugly here. So I'm going to go back over here. Okay, so when we're going to move our points here, we've got this one at 5, 2, and we want it to move to 8, 2. So we're going to move it over to 8, 2. This next one was at 4, 5, but the difference again, remember, we're going to go 2 more to the right and 3 more up. So I'm going to take this point right here. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 up and 2 more to the right. So that leaves this last point, 6, 5, right here that I've got to take care of. So we're going to go back to this. We're going to say, let me just kind of erase some of these. We've got lots of extra stuff happening here. So there's P, and that's at 2, 2. And you'll notice from 2, the new point is 6, 5. So we're going from 2, 2 to 6, 5, and we're doubling it. So to get from 2 to 6, that means I have to add 4. So to double that, I've got to add another 4, so that would make that to 10. And then we think of the same thing to go from 2 to 5. So we're going 2 up to 5. That's a plus 3. And we're going to go up 3 more, so that is 8. So my new point is going to be 10, 8. So we're double, and so then I just take this point right here, and we're going to go 10, 8. Nope, 10, 8, right there. And notice it's twice as far away, and if we take a look at it, it's twice as big, and it's also moved in reference to this. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away, and then keep it all the same. So that's that one. Okay, the next question is very similar. But we're shrinking now by a factor of 1/2. So if you think about this one, we're going to shrink. And again, point P, it's not 0, 0. It's at the point 4, 4. So this is 6, 8, 8, 8, 8, 6, and 6, 6. And we've got to move each one of these points right here. We've got to shrink it by a half. That means wherever P is, we're going to be half the distance closer each one of them. So what happens when we do that? So if I am, and I like to look at it mathematically sometimes first. So I've got 4 to 6. How far is it from 4 to 6? Well, it's 2. So from 4 to 6 equals 2. And we want to go half of that. So what's half of 2? Well, 2 divided by 2 equals 1. So I'm going to actually move this back just 1. So instead of 4, 6, it's going to be, and it's both ways because they're both 6s. So we're going to have it to be 5, 5. So we're going to move it back 1 and down 1 because they're both the same. So if I were to do that, I would move this at, oops, I'm on the wrong one right here. 5, 5. And notice if we took a look at this, if we drew a diagonal, we're like halfway there. Now we know that this has to line up, so it's got to be here, but where does it have to be vertically? Well, what's the difference between 4 and 8? That's the y value, right? That's 4. So what's the difference? Half of 4 is 2, so we've got to get 1, 2 closer. And then once you get that, you're like, well, I just need to make a square now. And you could do that with all of those and check it. But now you can see we are smaller and we are closer, shrunk by 1/2. So I would look at it mathematically and then make sure you're checking it. So I've got 6, 6. Is that half? So from 4, 4, this was 8, 8. And to get from each point, that's plus 4, right? So half of 4, let me move this over just a little bit. Half of 4 is 2. So instead of 4 away, instead of 4 plus 4 equals 8, half of 4 is 2. We're going to go 4 plus 2 away is equal to 6. And it goes the same way with the vertical ones. 4 plus 2 equals 6. So my new point should be 6, 6. And that is right there. So I went from 8, 8 to 6, 6. So hopefully that helps you a little bit with how you use derivative and ways to look at it. I think the biggest mistake is students are going from 0, 0 instead of actually where the point is. So it's the distance from P to each of the vertices on the shape, and then shrinking it by half or multiplying by whatever. So good luck on your quiz. Let me know if you still have questions or you want to meet with me and we can go over some things together.